Welcome to the Legion's Lair. As you can see, my partner in crime had to work tonight. So Mike is always working. He is always working. And I commend him for that. I work pretty hard myself, but Michael is a beast when it comes to overtime. We have a great show for you tonight, so I am so happy for you guys to tune in. We have something special. If you were on Instagram, you've seen a little person with a question mark, because since Mike isn't going to be here, why not bring in somebody who is a scholar in the community, a avid custom creator and painter. So none other. Let me bring on my co-host tonight. He is the one and only Jesse Arnold. Oh,
hey. Hi there.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. So, I should be saying good night to you, right? That's what it's the opposite of day right now. So I would say that's what you normally do, right? It's the opposite. You would say good night or.
Well, it's only 57 minutes earlier than I would say it. So, however you want to do it.
Okay. But Jesse, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to help co-host with me tonight. And I'm assuming Mike may in the future do this again, and maybe I can grab somebody else or you if you're available. That way it's special for the guest as well. That way it's just not boring old me who wants to see me.
Stop.
Yeah, stop. But yes, thank you again. But I'm going to go to the comments real quick. Obviously, we had the one and only Dave Orkin coming out first. J Mac, Wholesome Warlock. That's our good friend Jordan. Raylan, yes.
Purple Ray.
Obviously, the lovely Lauren. Mac. Got Mac. Mac. Dave
hi, Mark.
Smith. And actually, we have, who is this? Ken.
Is this live?
I was about to say this can't be live because Kent wouldn't be watching it live. And you may want to stay tuned in for next week because Kent, you may see more of Kent 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, you may see more. Oh, and there it is. Is this live? 2 weeks, yes.
There we go.
So thank you all for joining us, coming in. Once again, thank you, Jesse. I guess we'll just go right into the news. Obviously, there's still Summer of Cosmerian starts 20% off for the Four Horsemen approved retailers. I'm not exactly sure how long that's going for.
I believe it was through the month of July.
Is it the whole month of July? So
I think whatever. Yeah, it might end on the weekend. I'm not sure. I'll see if I can find out.
Should have that until the 31st.
Possibly.
Yes. Which is a great deal. And there's also some really good retailers that have no tax as well as free shipping. So at that deals, you can't beat it. So definitely check that out. I guess I can ask, have you picked up anything, Jesse? Anything new?
I have not yet, but I'm looking at the Source Horseman site, and it says the sale will be running through July and August. Doesn't say when in August. It just says July and August.
So pretty much the summer. I guess that makes sense.
Yes.
Summer of Cosmerian. But
yes.
So yes. Well, especially like Horsehead collectibles. I'm pretty sure I know they were definitely doing no tax, free shipping.
Okay.
But you may want to jump on that because those could sell out.
Sure. Yeah.
And then,
Now, this is a perfect time to get some of your army builders. So you want to get a couple more sentries, a couple more engineers.
Perfect.
or any
Yeah.
of them really. But like if you wanna add some builders to your ranks or get some custom stuff, now's the time.
Heck yeah. And by the way, this episode is sponsored by Arby's. We have the meats. Me and Lauren ate there before doing the show. We were starving.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we were starving. Besides that, me and Mike, I know he's not here, but we got the opportunity to go to StatueCon. We were a little nervous because it's a con that was not really an articulated con. We didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into, or what product we would sell, or if any. But we said we're going to go there. We're going to have a good time. We're going to preach the word of Mythics, and that is what we did. So I was going to show. What's that?
Mythvangelists.
Yes. Yes. And it's funny. We actually had some Caballers come out, and they were standing around the table, and they were jumping in, answering questions before me and Mike could even. And we're like, okay, hey, we're just going to step back and let the fans talk to the fans here. And it was also, it was a good time. So, and yes, thanks for the Caballers coming out as well. Let me go in here. I can click on this.
And that was what? Was that Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday?
Yes. It was in St. Joseph, Michigan. It was about 4.5 hours away from me and Mike here in Ohio. And it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, and now, Sunday.
Yes. Me and Mike, we went. Here, like, if I could share this. There we go. Here, I can actually make it big for us. So you can still hear us, right? So this was our table. And yes, we set up Thursday night. And then we were there. Ooh, wrong way. I'm like, wrong way. Oh, there we go. And we end up, you'll see Bubba Fett here in a minute. But yeah, this is some of the statues that were around. This was before the show started, or after we set up on Thursday. But we were there all day Friday, all day Saturday. And it was supposed to be 9 until, and that was a silicone face with real glass eyes. It was very,
were those heads life size?
They were, yes, those were life size heads for sure. Yes. They were, we'll get to Low Key. I think he might be next here. There was the Predator statue. This Low Key statue was so creepy because it literally looked like Low Key.
That's not a person.
That is not a person. That is a statue, silicone face, glass eyes, real stubbles on his face, 5 o'clock shadow.
Wow.
Yeah. It was creepy even getting close to him.
There's nothing low key about that Loki.
No. Blade. Yeah, there were some cool statues. Obviously, things that caught my eye for sure, like the T800 here. This was a life-size T800.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that. What's that from?
It's a cybernetic organism transmitted through time through human tissue. Damn you, Jesse. Ow! As you can see, there's a black bumper around the statue for people kicking it and whatnot, because people want to get close. And I don't know what idiots would want to get close. Oh, well, there's that guy. There's that guy. But dude, it was sick being next to that.
Okay, so that thing's almost that thing's about as tall as you are.
Oh yes. Like I said, it's on a base, but I think if you took away the base, it's still about my height. So it was legit. This thing was sick. This was taller than Greg. It was huge. It was insane. I was about to say, I didn't know I took a same thing, silicone face, glass eyes. It was intense. And this Boba Fett was literally right next to our table. And
Okay.
so we put the cosmic figures behind it. So you kind of had to walk around him to get to the cosmic figures, and it worked out perfect.
Nice.
And I think he
Very
said
cool.
that was like some $10,000 statue. It's crazy.
Oh boy.
Here's Justin. There was some Caballers that came out, hang out with us. We had a good time. Look at me. Yeah, I had to get behind that one and do a little funny.
Totally.
Now, this was Kevin Farkas. This was the highlight of my weekend. Was these two boys? I want to say Henry and Alex came in, and they brought grandma, came in, and these guys were adamant about their. Here, let me go back in here. They were adamant about their mythics. These kids were. I mean, they came in, the kid knew exactly what he wanted. He's like, I want Slog. Oh, they got Slog. Yay. You know, and the dad's like, all right, we're getting Slog, you know. And then the one kid's like, I want Gorgo, you know. And he didn't want Attila though. So I kind of had to talk him in. I said, now this is a 2-pack, kid. You're getting a good deal here. You know, I go, you're getting good, you're getting evil. And obviously, I brought my it was Attila's version 2's body from that 2-pack, and I put my head that Brian Almeida had 3D printed, and that was only really custom that I brought on the table, and just to show people one little thing, you know, that there is a 3D community. And as soon as he's seen it, he's like, yeah, I want that, and it was just like. But yeah, these kids, so yeah, they were picking out their stuff, and it was something to see these kids picking out their stuff and really enjoying it.
Very cool. So you got a whole box there.
They did, yes, they did. I won't say prices if the wife's watching, and then obviously,
There he is.
Yes, he came out, and it was awesome. And I had never met Schmerber before in person, so that was my first time meeting him. And he's a great dude, you know, watching his New to Mythics. And I love his intro to New to Mythics. It's catchy and it's nice. So I definitely was digging conversation with him. We talked forever.
Greg's awesome.
And you probably seen a post that I put on. We set up, came back the next day, and didn't realize this dragon was next to our booth. So it was a little. Mike goes, "Did you know there was a dragon right there next to our booth?" And I'm like, "There is." I'm like, "I'm posting it, Michael." He's like, "Do it, dude."
That's one of the most epic dragons too.
Yes. And then obviously we had some trolls sold. There is
I believe that was Schmerber's first troll.
It was. He was very excited. I told him that was my favorite troll, and we only had one of each of the ice trolls and Brontis. So I brought out all the figures that were loose were my figures personally that I brought out. That way, you know, people can play with them and look at them and touch them.
That's cool.
And the people at the statue con, obviously, the non-caballers were obviously very amused by
articulation.
The bigger stuff, I would say.
Okay.
We had Acragor right next to the ice troll, and a guy came up, and he's like, "I need that troll and that blue guy here." Knew nothing about mythics.
Oh, nice.
Just a statue guy that came up and was like, "Those are awesome. I want that." So it was cool.
That's always so fun when you get to be there when someone gets their first Legions figures.
Yes, and I asked him if we sold Larry a new Cabal member. I don't know. Did I get a picture with Larry? Obviously, Immortal Collections. There's Mike slanging toys.
You got your Dio there.
Yes, we brought the Brian Almeida's Dio that he gave us, the Legion's Lair Dio, and we brought that. And we had all the Figure Obscura figures in there because those figures are sealed, and I wanted people to see them. So that was cool. And to be honest, I never talked to Jeremy. I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but they did send us this retail exclusive Headless Horseman, which the glow one, which was cool. I don't know if he meant to do that or if it was whatever.
Well, I think because you guys were street
and that's
teaming,
what I said. I go, well, yeah, because the guy was a retailer, so I go, maybe this is why he sent that. I don't know, but it was cool.
Nice.
There's me, dork, and then there's this. This was.
Wait, it's the same picture.
Well, yep, it's real close.
It's just one's a little closer.
Look at the bone structures, magnificent bone structures.
You need to get you that wig.
I want to say this thing was like 48 inches tall, or 46 or 48 inches.
Oh wow!
Tall. It was pretty big. Yeah, it was very huge. I was doing a live on the Cabal, and Marco, the guy that owns the store, Collector Zone, who ran StatueCon, was putting it together. And I immediately was like, is that a Conan? Like, and I immediately went over to him to look at it. It was definitely intense. This was Saturday, I think day 2. I see Carlo in a different shirt. Lots of YouTubers. There's Chris Johnson representing Dork Lair. And that was his friend he brought out. I think they both said they're coming to Legion's Con.
Sweet.
There's Tristan and Mike. Mike looks petrified. I don't know why, but there's Steve-O, and then Maynard. And Maynard representing the Purple Gang. Yeah. And Carlo came up and he was popping and swapping and showing heads. And there was a guy from Sideshow, and him and Tristan were talking.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there was a whole bunch of people that they flew out from, I think, Spain, from Sideshow and stuff. It was pretty cool. And oh no, wait a minute!
Oh, he's all tuckered out.
Michael's gonna be so pissed. No.
Is he actually asleep or is he staging that?
No,
don't answer that. Leave the mystery.
No, I don't want to get him in trouble. He did say, he goes, here, take a picture of me pretending like I'm sleeping. And I go, I don't even think he knew because his eyes were closed. I don't even think he knew I took this one.
That's great.
I think he just knew I took that one. I was like, oh, because that's the one I showed him. I didn't show him that one. Like, but yeah, that was StatueCon. We had a good time. We slang as many figures as we could until the end there. And then we went out with some Caballers, and we went out with Frank Lyra and Anna Lyra.
Okay.
And I think they'll be at Legion's Con as well. So
awesome.
Yeah, Frank and Anna. We I don't remember where we went, but it was a local bar near the beach type place because it's right next to Lake Michigan.
Oh, okay.
So the lake is literally right there. So
very nice. That looks like a good time.
Yeah, it was. Like, we were honored that the Jeremy and the Horsemen asked us to do that. Of course, once we got there, the first day we were setting up, we're like, ooh, like this might not be good, but it worked. Like I said, everybody came out. There was new people, so it was great. So
very cool.
Yeah.
You have the novelty of the posable stuff there amongst everything else. So you had.
Yes, it was, like I said, it wasn't your typical con by any means. It was very laid back, and me and Mike kind of liked that. There was no like bum rushing. I never felt bombarded or like we're, whatnot. But yeah, so it was very calm and collected, and everyone was nice, and we had a great time. So
excellent.
So let's get right into it. Let's dive into our guest here tonight. Let's bring on the man of the hour, because he's probably back there waiting. He's ready to come on. I know he is. I love this guy. Yes. And actually, there's a picture. Let's bring him on. There's a picture I want to talk about with him here in a second. I have to remember this. Talk picture with G. Okay. All right. Without further ado, the man of the hour, the one, the only, Joe Guaisaguey. What is going on?
Hi.
What's up, G?
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's me, G or Guaisaguey Echevarria.
Yeah, I always say Echevarria.
Close enough. I mean,
Okay, I'm chopping it up, ain't
my
I?
kids are still learning. My wife is still learning, and I think Anthony. Oh, she just cursed me out from back there. I think Anthony Lucille and Curtis. Excuse me, Curtis has the best way of pronouncing it, and I play it on replays when the kids ask me about their last name. I'm like, "This is how you say it, guys," and I play the way Curtis and Anthony says it. You know, because
great. I haven't heard them say it, so I need to hear them say it.
Oh,
I know Kent always says roll your R's.
You got to roll them R's.
Okay, because see, I would look at it and want to say Echevarria.
It's
Echevarria.
Well, the English way of pronouncing it is actually Echevarria or Echevarria. It's a CH sound, as in cherry, and it'll be pronounced as Echevarria, or you could say Echevarria, or you could say Echevarria. Sorry, I go on tangents, guys. You can't leave me alone talking because I'll just go.
I love it. I love it. I was trying to scroll back in the comments. I guess I was scrolling through quite a few pictures. Sorry there. I was just trying to get through our lovely statue con. But thank you for waiting in the green room, G. You are the man. We obviously have questions to ask you. We want to know who you are and what you're about.
All right.
But real quick, I have to bring this picture. Let's see if this picture pops up. Yes. This one. This is the one we posted in the post. Now, I took this picture.
Yes.
This is at Legion's Con last year in Valet, right outside the hotel. I have no idea what we were talking about at this time. All I know is you were into a story and you got animated, and I was like, I love this dude, and I just took a picture. And
I think I remember somebody had asked how am I enjoying it, and I think it was you that asked Brad how am I enjoying it, everything so far. And I remember saying something to the fact that the love I felt was like tremendous, and either that or I was talking about the size of the dragon that's coming next year. You know,
yes,
or this year. You know what I mean? One of those two could have been it. I don't know. Let the chat decide in the comments below. You know,
it has happened soon. Only 24 minutes in, people. G has resurrected. Yes, you are being knighted right now, G. That is right. Because that's what me and Mike were talking about. I go, I can't remember what I asked G or what he was saying. I just know I took this picture and I loved it. And we were both looking at it while we were at StatueCon when he was getting ready to put stuff to post. And I go, I actually think he's talking about how big the dragon's gonna be. And Mike started laughing, and I go, we'll have to ask him, but that's so funny that you said that. And so that's why you were knighted right off the bat.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And you got to go like in the name of God, St. Michael, and St. George.
Oh, yes.
I give you the rights to bear arms and the power to make justice.
Yes.
I'm a big Excalibur fan.
Yes, gee. Dude, so obviously I had to ask that. That's awesome. Obviously you're an avid collector in the world of mythos, but can you tell us how you became a collector as an adult?
Well, it's kind of funny. I'm gonna go back. I'm 50, guys, and I'm gonna go back all the way back to like in the 90s. I remember I was collecting the 90s when Jim Lee, the 90s X-Men, when Jim Lee was going hitting, and all these guys were coming out working for Marvel, like McFarlane, all those guys. And I was a big X-Men fan back then, collecting the comics. And I wound up going into the mall in Manhattan on 34th Street, and there was a KB toy store there. And I seen these, I seen the X-Men Toy Biz ones. They were like about like the 4-inch ones. And they had the Wolverine where you like, you do something to his wrist and the claws will pop out, and he had a removable mask. And then they had Nightcrawler with the suction cups, and a sword. And I was like, oh, I gotta get those. And I remember I bought them and I hid them for years from my friends, like in drawers and stuff like that. And I would admire them and pose them and everything. I think that would be my start. And then when my little brother was born back in 1990, when he started hitting 5 and 6, they re-released the Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6. And then they kind of also released, before they went to Hasbro, they started releasing the Power of the Force line.
Yeah.
So what I would do was I would buy one for him. I would buy one for me. I would buy one for him. I would buy one for me. And I would keep mine stashed in the closet, thinking that they was going to have the value that the old canon ones had. But that never happened. But they wound up getting ruined in the closet anyway, with me throwing junk on top of it. I was a single bachelor at the time, living alone, so I was just constantly throwing, like, God, you don't want to know. But I was throwing stuff in that closet, like, getting ruined. But that's where it started. And then when I got with my wife, my current wife, when we had our first child, a good friend of mine from work, his name is Freddie. He gave me his whole Power of the Force line, right? And it was all the original characters with a background and everything. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. So I started looking into it, and I started looking at the Star Wars stuff. I went into it, and I was like, oh, wow, they're making newer characters, and they look better. They don't look like, because remember those powers, they was like, big on top and then skinny on the bottom, looking like Johnny Bravo. But But I started looking into them, and I started buying them little by little. And this is like before I had my first son. And then by the time I had my first son, I was like totally into the 4-inch line of Star Wars. And I had like about 3 of the clone ships, the big ones. I forgot the name of it. The Republic Gunners. I had like about 3 of those set up, and then I had like a whole bunch of clone troopers. Every clone trooper you could imagine I had. Every Jedi and Sith you could imagine I had them all. And then I started getting from there. I jumped into the G.I. Joe 4-inch line that they were doing. The modern takes, the 25th anniversary line that they had from 4-inch from Hasbro. I jumped into that. And then I found out about the Pursuit of Cobra line from G.I. Joe. And I just went crazy with that because it was like modern takes of G.I. Joe characters. I was like, oh, hell yeah. Star Wars got pushed to the back and sold, and G.I. Joe came into play. And same thing, got the vehicles and everything like that. And then from there, I started venturing into anime characters. I've been all over the place, guys.
I'm like, okay.
Marvel. I started getting into Marvel Legends, the 6-inch line, because they were like beautiful. I got one.
Yeah.
And forget that, I said I was only gonna get one and a couple of Spider-Mans, and that was it. That didn't work out that good. And
nope, never does.
No, I got into those. I got into imports like Mayfex. I got into SH Figure Arts, Dragon Ball Z characters.
There you
go. And then something happened in 2018, and this goes into the next thing. I started rewatching Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and I was like, wow, yeah, I need to get some figures to represent that, And I started looking at the old Toy Biz figures of the Lord of the Rings. Didn't really grab my attention. And I really want the stuff from The Hobbit too. And they didn't grab, The Hobbit only had the 4-inch line. I was already done with 4-inch figures by that time. And then I bumped into it. I think I was talking to Greg. And I knew Greg was collecting Mythic Legions because I bumped into the Elf Ranger. And he was about to come out on BBTS. And I bumped into it in the Elf Legion builder, the gold one. And I was like, wow, these look dope, man. But then I heard people talking about, oh, they're not that great. They can't do nothing. And I was like, yeah, but the sculpts look beautiful, like the paintwork. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to get one. And this was in 2018.
Wow.
I said, yeah, I'm going to get one. I'm going to get an Elf Ranger and the Elf Gold Legion builder and then, see what happens. That was 2018, the beginning of November. By Christmas 2018, I had like about maybe 18 figures because right after that they dropped one of their all-ins, not the all-ins, when they used to do the
in stocks, yeah.
The in stock sale.
The old ones, yeah.
Yeah. And they dropped that and I was like, oh my, wow, this is crazy. And I remember I had my tablet open my phone open, my wife's phone open, my wife's tablet open, and we was all trying to get stuff. Like, you know what I mean? And my wife was like, I'm in. I'm like, yeah, press. Check out. And I'm screaming at her. And I wound up with an instant collection through that. And the prices was amazing, compared to everything. And that's what did it for me, was that Elf Ranger, getting that Elf Ranger in hand. And it was a beautiful thing. 2018. But an unfortunate series of events that happened towards August of 2018. We were moving up here to Pennsylvania, to Pennsylvania, what they call the Mount Pocono area.
Yeah.
And we was moving up around here. Sorry, Jesse.
Hey, that's north of me.
We did. So we started we was moving, and we needed extra moving space because what we had in our apartment, we went from a little 2-bedroom, not even 2-bedroom, 1.5 bedroom apartment to a big house. And everything we had in that apartment was way more than we anticipated. So we needed an extra moving truck. And I was like, what could we sell? I'm saying to myself in my head, what could I sell real quick that'll get us quick money? And unfortunately, it was the Mythic Legions. And to this day, I still mourn it. But hold on one. All right, I'm back.
Force them out. Force them out. They have forced them out for those old mythics.
Talk amongst yourselves. He's feeling a little verklempt.
But I wound up keeping my Elf Ranger, and I wound up keeping my two Elf Rangers and a Barbarian builder that I had from the first release, and a couple of other figures from that. And yeah, it ended at 2018.
So, a lot of people maybe new. I know we've talked about it before. Maybe new to Mythics, and maybe they're not familiar with old in-stock sales compared to newer in-stock sales. Because there's times where I'm on the Cabal and I never like to comment. I just scroll if there's something I don't agree with, because I'm like, when someone complains about, oh, that in-stock sale was terrible, I didn't get what I wanted, I'm like, bro, were you around back in 2020 when if you would click on add to cart and then you wouldn't see it get added because it's spinning and waiting, and then you'd click it again, and if you did, then it was like a violation because it was only one at a time, and if you put 2 in your cart of the same thing, it would kick you out and then put you in a 15-minute timeout. That's what happened to Mike, and Mike's screaming me on the phone oh, what's happening to me? How come I can't just get Torgen?
We had 4 devices working for that in-stock sale that I went.
Yes.
4 devices going through, and I think it was my wife's her tablet that actually was able to get through, and we had the card right there waiting.
Can I interrupt you really quick?
Yes.
Nate's on there. Hey, Nate. You want to see what happened today?
Oh.
Yeah, he copied me, Nate. The big fat copycat.
No, Nate, I put this on because you didn't have a show yesterday, so I figured I would represent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, G.
It's all good. But that in-stock sale was brutal. And compared to the last in-stock sale that I participated in, I'm lying right now. But we was at ZoloCon, and I'm waiting in line at ZoloCon, and at 10 a.m. stuff went live, and I decided, well, let me split it up, that way I can save some money, put some on the card, some cash, and I was in and out like this. I was able to grab 3 more Valiant Knights and grab a whole bunch of other stuff, and I was like, hey, it was nothing, and I'm doing this in a place where there's no Wi-Fi, there's nothing available, you know what I mean? The internet was crazy in there too, just to tell you.
Yeah, ZoloCon's was a weird but cool building for technology.
Yeah, it's
it's a centrifuge.
Even the tables are in a spiral, right?
Yep.
Circle or whatever spiral.
Yeah, it's weird.
I do want to attend one time. I do want to come to ZoloCon.
Well, it's not going to be in that location anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, there's one more in that spot in the later this summer, and then they're moving to, I think, a casino convention center. So it'll be a much bigger, more spread,
better lighting.
Yeah,
better
okay.
lighting.
Better lighting.
Yeah,
It does
I
look
think
a
it'll be
little
better.
dark.
It'll be a little less unique, but probably a better overall situation.
Definitely.
Very cool.
I'll be there.
I'll be there. That's for sure.
Empty
still
my wallet.
So G, from what it sounds like, you haven't stopped collecting. You've been collecting at some point, and yeah, you made a little maybe get out for a second, but it sounds like you've always been around the game of collecting some sort of action figure.
I definitely have. I've collected after I sold all my stuff. I kept with Mezco. I was doing a lot of Mezco, a lot of SH figure arts. I got out of those though really quick. Not really quick, but I wound up getting out of them. Mayfex and GI Joe, and then like when the GI Joe classified line came around, I went head into that,
Yeah,
and the other one, the Valorverse Action Force line, I went into that as well. And now basically I'm like I'm doing away with a lot, and I'm just gonna keep it like it's funny the reason why I'm doing it too, but I'm keeping it more mythic and mythic related now. And it was a funny situation that happened. I was about to get out of collecting completely right before Legion's Con last year, and I say this a lot, man. And I was about to get out of collecting. I was like, you know what? I'm done with it. I don't really like. I'm gonna be 50. You know what I mean? I just turned 50. I'm like, what am I doing with it? It's not providing any enjoyment. And the only enjoyment I had was like, just staring. Like, the Mythic Legions are pretty cool. I always been a fantasy dude, and when I was a kid, there was nothing really for me fantasy wise.
True. True. Yeah.
And so I was like, I was about to. Greg was like, Big Greg, the guy that's too tall. You know what I'm saying? Birth defect. I don't know what it is or nothing like that. I love you, G. I love you, Greg, but you're just too big, dude. You know what I mean? He was like, nah, just stick with Mythic Legions, man. And I was like, nah, dude, I'm probably gonna get rid of it all. And then I wind up going to Legions Con 2023, and like I already made good friends with people in the community, like Anthony Haseo, and
Yep.
and I already made good friends, connections, and stuff like that. But it was being over there and seeing something like over there at Legions Con 23 that just like reignited a passion for me within the Legions community, that I was just like, all right, cool, this is gonna be it. And you know what I mean? Until like, the day that comes along that I can't lift up a figure anymore or hit like buy it now. You know what I'm saying, on that button and everything like that. When my fingers go like this and it shakes and I wind up hitting canceling cart instead of buy it now, then I'll stop. But I think I'm sticking with this line, like,
just
going forward.
You just need a bigger device at that point.
Yeah. I'll be there with one of the big phones like this big. What are you doing right now? I'm trying. Hit by it now.
Nate, I don't know if Nate has seen, but I didn't give credit for the background picture is actually Nate Strong photo that he put on the Cabal today.
Oh wow!
It's just it's a little subtle. So maybe Nate, I don't know if you noticed that, but that was to you, baby. And then I wore this. I mean, what the hell? What am I doing here?
Yeah, you represent.
I'm promoting my own show, not Legion's Lounge. But that's okay.
That's all right. Someone's picking up the slack.
Yes. Jesse came prepared. And that was our OG shirts. That was the original one.
Yep.
Yes, Jesse is promoting it. Thank you. I normally wear mine. Mike's usually comes with a sheriff shirt. So, but yeah. So, G, you've obviously answered a few of my questions without.
Oh, sorry.
No, that was great. That was perfect. That's why I was like, wait a minute, I don't have to ask this now. So, Greg is kind of the culprit to getting you into mythics.
Yeah, it was him, and there was another brother that was around earlier on in the community that I don't see that he's around anymore. His name was Daniel Lynn, and he was another brother that got me involved. He's the one that actually, it was between him and Greg that told me about the Cabal. I really don't remember that well because my memory started fading like about 2 years ago. But it was one of those two that asked me. They was like, "Oh, you know about the Cabal?" And I was like, "No, I don't." And they was like, "Oh, let me invite you in," and they invited me into the Cabal, and I was like, "Oh wow!" And I seen like it was kind of dope, man, because the way that people reacted to your photos, or even like saying hi, or introducing themselves in the Cabal back then. It was like amazing. I mean, compared to every other toy group that you go into, where like, you know what I'm saying, you post that you like. Let's supposing I like I'm gonna just pull something out of the air. Let's supposing I like frickin' Frack from this type of line, and then they be like, oh well, frickin' Frack's line is not good. What are you doing? Like, you know, I ain't got time for that, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, next, bye. You know, I don't have time for stuff like that. So I go to where things are appreciated. I go where there's more positivity than anything else. And I think that's what like brings me towards the Cabal more too as well.
Well, G, tell us what your Legions Con 2023 experience was like, and getting to share your hobby with your son.
That goes into the so all right. Before Legions, I'm gonna tell you guys a story. I think it was a couple of years ago. My son comes up to me and shows me Krampus, the Black Krampus. And he was like, yo, look what Four Horsemen is putting out. And he shows it to me. I'm like, dude, I don't collect those no more. He was like, yeah, but I want it, man. And I'm like, let's see what we could do. You know what I mean? And I went go check, and it was sold out everywhere. Sold out completely. And even when they put a reissue out, I think it got sold out quick. So I was like, I don't know what to do. You know, and I had started a new job here in Pennsylvania. So, like, you know, the fundage was kind of like, you know, I can't just buy right away like I used to back in New York, you know? So I was like, well, let's see what we could do. So I had reached out to Greg, and there was a figure that my son won years ago that's like a hard. Yo, Greg, if you're listening, hard to get. So Greg did a whole trade with my son. And it was a few figures plus the Black Krampus. And it was, I think, the Legions Con 22 exclusives, a Sir Gerard, and the Black Krampus for the figure my son had. And so they did a trade together. So I'm looking at it. I was like, wow. I was like, let me look around. See, I was like, yo, wow, these look dope again. I'm like, let me look around, see what they got going on. And I started looking into Legions again. And because of that little 15-year-old back there, you know, I started looking into them again. And next thing you know, I was like, oh, well, like, you know, I'm just going to do like, you know, because I love dwarves. And I was like, let me just get the dwarves, you know? I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, you can stick to what you want. And my son likes orcs, vampires, skeletons, and goblins. That's his thing. And I was like, well, I'll get the dwarves. I was like, yeah, but I used to like the elves. So I was like, let me get a couple of elves, you know? Because, like, you know, I started looking for the golden elf Legion Builder again. And I found it. I did a trade with Patrick Dix for some of the, what was that I had? I had a whole bunch of the Valorverse Action Force, and he was looking for some. So I had a bunch. I had like stocks of them. And we did a quick trade, me and him, and I got my Elf Legion builders back. And I was like, yeah, all right, cool. I was like, I'm good. And I got the dwarves. Nah, I didn't stop there. It went on. And the dwarves became like more elves, and then the elves and the dwarves, and then like, you know, I started getting the knights look kind of dope too. Might as well get a couple.
Greg says, I wonder why he likes dwarfs. Great.
Yo, my wife was laughing in the background.
Now, I do remember at Legions Con, you obviously, we all took a lot of pictures. You took some pictures. And I remember specifically there's a picture with Greg in the middle, and there's you on one side and your son on the other. And Greg's just like yeah, like
the big
their
dude.
heads are down here, and Greg's just like, yeah. And they were great, though.
Yeah. Like since Greg, I remember meeting Greg back like in 2010 at New York City Comic Con, and he's an awesome dude, man. He's a great dude. So like, you know what I mean? I've been friends with him for like, you know, years, and he's a great dude. So every time like I'm next to him, I gotta get a picture if I can show people that I'm like, yo, look at this dude, he's a giant. You know what I mean?
We got to get you guys to do like the Lion King picture at Legions Con this year.
Sibamia, Pennsylvania.
No. Yeah, maybe if we say Pennsylvania. I was telling Greg if he cosplays as an ogre or something like that, I'll cosplay as a dwarf for Legions Con 24. Challenge, buddy. What's up?
There you go. Let's do it, Greg.
Do it, Greg. Rum and Coke. Do it. He said, done. Done.
Done. Oh my gosh.
So wait, let me ask you this: have you ever got the opportunity to see Greg's room in person? Greg, make this happen. If you're coming 24, I don't know if you're coming 24. You coming? You gonna be
I'll
there,
be
G?
there. I'll
All
be
right.
Greg,
So
make it happen.
yeah, make it
Legion's
happen.
Con just got that much cooler.
He's offered though actually a bunch of times though. He told my son to like him and my son like they get along as well. And he told my son a whole bunch of times, invited him out to the house and everything, but we just haven't had a chance to go down there to his apartment to check it out. But one day we'll head down there. When we in Jersey.
I got the opportunity, and it's something else. So at one point,
yeah, it's beautiful, man. Like I could only imagine. And I'm gonna wear baggy jeans that day. That way, like stuff might slide into my jeans. They might not. I don't know.
You talk about locking people in the basement. Greg locked me and Noah Pratt in his room. He was just like, "Here, be in there for a while. Just shut the door." We were like, "Oh, okay, dog. All right." Well, I'm joking. He did, but there's stuff behind his door you can't see unless you shut the door. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted us to see it all and experience it. But when he did it, we were all like, "Damn, he's shutting the door, locking us in here." Like,
that's kind of scary.
No,
especially with how big Greg is. I would have gotten like, and there's no service down there.
You have to get on your hands and knees and look down. He's got aliens. He's got this alien dial that is like insane. It's insane, and it's down on the floor, and you don't get the grasp of it unless you actually get down there, and you're like, holy crap! Like you got lights, and there's Alf down there. Somehow Alf is like destroying all the aliens, and it's something.
That's
else.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that was the first thing that caught my eye. I was like, is that Alf with all the aliens? I had to go down there and check that out, and then you got to scan the room up and down, ceiling, look all around. Yeah, it's something else. And he can change all the lighting behind it.
I know that, like his stuff is amazing. Like the way he has it set up, it's like wow. Like I said, like baggy pants, man, and
So since you're going to Legion's Con 24 this year, what are you looking forward to this year? Is there something you didn't experience last year that you got to get experience this year?
I'm gonna be honest with you. One thing, and besides like buying the exclusives, like that goes without saying. Oh, my son's taking back his fan. He's like, he had enough. Yo, today say hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Besides getting the exclusives and seeing what's on the tables with the customizers, that's one thing I'm looking forward to. But more than all of that, and I'm gonna be straight up honest, I'm looking forward to hanging out with everybody. The people that I can't see during the year or whatever. I'm just looking forward to spending time with people. This year at Legion's Con, I think that's what I'm looking forward the most. Not buying stuff, of course, buying stuff because I'm going there, like but you know what I mean. I'll be lying if Lil G literally got lost in the shelf laughing. Your ass wife. Excuse me, sorry. But yeah, I'm looking forward just to hanging out with people, man. At nighttime, it was beautiful last year when I stood a little bit longer, and just to like get to know everybody that was there. It was beautiful. Walter, man, the first Friday night when I got there last year, he was like, he seen me getting my tickets, because I wanted to get my tickets for Saturday and Sunday, and he seen me getting them. He was like, hey, G, he was like, and he snuck me into the area, and he started like, and I was like seeing everybody setting up, and I was fanboying, dude. I'm a 50-year-old man, and I was fanboying with all the people that were there, and this year, I'm looking forward to that because I think I built up a better relationship going through the year. And I was telling Jesse and Curtis this last time at on their stream that like I built a better relationship going through from last year to this year with a lot of people. So like just getting there, man, and giving people hugs in person and maybe having a drink with them or something like that. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. I'm sorry, I got excited.
Now, did you go to intern last year?
No, I didn't.
Are you going to intern this year?
We got picked this year for intern, and I got picked, but I'm the plus one to my son, because
awesome.
I'm like, I'm looking forward to him going there, and he's very into his arts. He does a lot of the drawing on the iPads, and he does a lot of freelance freehand drawing, and I know he's like, he's worked on customs, like, he's grabbed some of my green stuff, and he's like done a couple of things like Ben 10 tributes and stuff like that. So I think this is gonna be something for him, to inspire him, man. And that, like, just to, like, I can't wait to see what he could take away from that and what he learns from that.
No doubt.
Especially, I mean,
you guys are
I had a great time.
Oh yeah, I mean, Jesse, I think you went 2 years ago.
Yep.
And I was there for my second time, and I believe that was the Malleus bust.
Yes.
And you painted Malleus, Jesse, verbatim to Malleus, and I liked that because nobody else did that. Everybody was doing something different, or maybe not painting it, or doing their own thing, and I liked that somebody actually painted it to look exactly like Malleus, and that was cool.
I gave him
and
a stripe, though.
Yes,
yes, the green stripe down the skull.
Yes, but that's that's your signature. You got to give him a little something there. But I thought that was cool. You gave him the colors and everything. And,
yeah, I mean, if it was supposed to be it was fun.
You're always excited to know what the new bust is, because every intern there's a new one. So are they going to be cosmic? Is it going to be a figure obscura? Is it going to be
it's going to be a dragon.
It's a dragon. That could be a giveaway for G-Con the next day. It could
be the headless horseman, and it's just a bust. It doesn't come with a head.
Oh,
I like that, Jesse.
I'm kidding. Nah, if they did the headless horseman, they'd have to do one of the pumpkin heads for sure.
It'll be this guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
headless dude.
Yeah. So yeah, that's exciting. Thinking about those type of things. I think what was last year? It was Cosmic, right?
Was Altar, wasn't it? Or Aes?
Yes, that's right. It was Aes. I was not there at intern last year. Yes, you're right, Jesse. Now that you said it was Aes. That may have been the first Cosmic bust. Kind of cool. Maybe they will do a figure obscura. They haven't done one.
That'll be nice, man. I think figure obscura with the Monkey King or the Anubis head, that would be beautiful.
Yeah.
Ooh, Anubis head. That would be cool.
With extra hands for Mike.
We went not the first year, but back 21, and it was Belphegor, and I don't know what it is. I love that bust. I don't know if it's just special because that was my first intern, and that was the only bust that I got. Because the second year I was a +1 to Walter, +1 to Walter. Yeah. So I can't wait. Me and Mike will be there. So
I'm excited, man.
I can't wait to see you there.
I'm gonna be hugging everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be taking pictures. Yeah, I'll be taking pictures and posting them and whatnot. And you'll be amazed. I'm not giving anything away, but there's more than action figures that they do, and that's what's cool about it. Because when I went there, I'm thinking it's going to be all action figure related, or they're going to tell us how this is done or whatnot. But it's more than that, and that's what blew me away. I'm like, you guys do way more. It's just like
wow.
There's like a whole nother business going on behind the scenes of Mythics that you get to experience, and it's really cool.
That's awesome. I can't wait.
So I think it's that time. Are you ready, sir? It is time to turn up the hot seat.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna need fire flames in the comments. I'm gonna need to raise the temperature.
It's already like burning up in my house because we have.
Yeah, I need it hotter than air.
You don't have AC.
Oh, blame my wife, Jesse. It's my wife's fault. When you see my wife tell you we need AC.
I'm not doing that.
Yes, please.
So, obviously Mike has sent you the question, so it's not like you've had time to prepare. And
it's still hard.
Need to give people these questions ahead of time, because some of these questions you think, oh, I could answer that easily, until it's asked of you, and then you're like, oh, what is my top 5, or what is this? Like, sometimes it can be
it's hard.
It can be a little intimidating. So what is your favorite Legion's faction or affiliation, and can you explain why?
That's easy. Noble Bear. And
Yes!
I'm gonna say why Noble Bear. Noble Bear because they got the barbarian dudes, which are kick ass. You know what I mean? Now Conan, when I was a kid, that was the thing, and they got dwarfs. You know, and they got the kick ass dwarfs. Like, you know what I mean? They don't have just like Legion builder dwarfs. They got like named kick ass dwarfs that are coming in there with battle axes and shields, and they coming in there and furry boots and titty pauldrons and the whole nine.
That is right. Wait a minute. I hope to God Mike is watching right now, because if you're already over here talking about titty pauldrons and House of the Noble Bear being your favorite faction, I got a feeling that one of the questions I ask here at the end may go my way. And if it does, boy, Mike, it's going to feel good, isn't it?
Turn that knife, buddy.
I love it. So we'll move on. We'll move on.
Here's the hard one.
This is a hard one. What is your favorite Legion's race?
Oh no, this is the easy one. Oh, dwarfs.
Yeah, explain why. Dwarf. Okay.
Dwarfs. And the reason why dwarfs, for those who haven't met me personally, I must say that I'm a little vertically challenged. And what I mean by vertically challenged, I don't reach 5'4" status. I'm 5'3", the average height of Wolverine and Logan in the comic books, not in the movies, guys. I'm 5'3", and there's no better race. I mean, those guys are short, robust, kick-ass, and I kind of identify them, especially with the belly that I'm gaining these days. You know, the only thing is I'm not really big on beards. I tried. It didn't really go that well. But I prefer the clean shaven face. But I'm a dwarf, man. I'm a dwarf lover to the end. And it started with the Hobbits, watching the Hobbits, reading the Hobbit as a kid. You know, the dwarves always intrigued me. Dwarves and elves, man. But dwarves.
Mike is watching, and I'm glad you're watching, Mike. And I hope you watch when we get to this final. It'll be a while, Mike. So just hold on to your boots there. What race that doesn't yet exist in Legions would you like to see made?
Halflings.
Jesse is happy.
Yeah, halflings, definitely halflings. And the reason why halflings, I've always liked elves, but I liked elves with like the short. I used to read this comic back in the day called Elf Quest, and it was like so amazing, Elf Quest. But they weren't your Lord of the Ring elves where they were tall, regal, and thin. They were like badass, kick-ass, short elves that rode these wolves and were killing people and killing humans actually, and killing trolls and just like dismembering people, and yet they were tribal and loving and caring. You know what I mean? So I think they fell more on the level of the halfling, the way you could visualize a halfling, not like a hobbit halfling where they're like, you know, nimble, but more like a halfling that goes out there and does what got to be done, like kind of like Scanlan from Vox Machina. Scanlan's hand. Yeah.
And I might say, Jesse, did you say when you were on the Legion's Lair that you maybe have chose halflings? I do.
Pretty sure I did.
Pretty sure you did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Me and Jesse are
that was popular. Halflings is very popular amongst the community with the Legion's Lair guests.
I think I love the gnome kits that Wolf King puts out, but I would like to see like fully articulated in the scale from the Horsemen.
Like I bought one of the halfling faces, but I'm not good at. I tried painting a face once, and it didn't really come out that good. And since I don't have the time to try to perfect it, and I know you get better with over time with doing things. Like I was just like, I can't do it. But I got one of the faces that I bought actually at the ZoloCon 2022 that I bought. I think it was, or 23. I bought a halfling face that kind of looked like Scanlan, and I had these plans for it, but when I tried to paint, so I just got it on the side. You know, one day I'll get it.
Yeah, you will.
Hobbit with a mullet.
Yeah. Business in the front, party in the back, guys.
Now, before we started the show, Jesse made a comment, and I said, we'll have to say this while we're live. So Jesse said, is it to the date 2 years ago?
No, not the exact date. I think it's a day or two off. But
okay. But 2
day
years
of the
ago,
week.
yeah, 2 years ago, Jesse was a guest on the Legion's Lair. And it's just so funny that, I asked him to be the co-host tonight since Mike had to work. And then he said that when we were on there. I was like, that's crazy. It's crazy how that works like that.
As soon as you sent me that message, I'm like, that's a 2 year. I got to make this work.
I mean, think about it, Jesse. 2 years ago, did you think you'd ever be co-hosting shows with?
No.
He's like, I mean, no.
Jesse is a man.
It'll
be everybody loves Jesse.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, everybody loves Jesse. That's a.
And they called me G Dirt. I like that.
Yeah, I would watch Everybody Loves Jesse. Okay, so here comes the hard questions, the real fire. I need to know what your 5 favorite Legions figures, and please explain why. And if you could go from least favorite 5 to number 1 being.
Oh wow! All right,
yeah, let's climax this number 1. That way we know who number one is. Like the number one.
All right. All right. I'm gonna start with least. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna give a honorable mention, Valiant Knight, and
there you go.
I'm gonna say that he's the least because there's so much that he could do with him, but there's so many other characters that I like better than him. You know what I mean? But I just love the Valiant Knight for the simple fact is that I've done so much, like just like switching parts around and the whole fact that he could do that whole gripping thing, and then he could do like this whole you know what I mean? Like he could he could do like this kneeling pose. He does all these type of things that are so beautiful. All right, number 4.
Well, real quick now, aren't you giving there's going to be a Valiant Knight with a God's Fire head on Ish's table, or is there? Am I wrong with that, or is there a giveaway, or you're selling something at IshCon?
I'm not selling anything at IshCon.
Or is it going to be on display? Is there something on display at IshCon?
Maybe, I don't know. If anybody somebody did something and I didn't know about it, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I thought you. I thought you made a post. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe that was somebody else. I could be wrong.
Yeah, probably. I'm sorry.
No. It was my fault. All
right, Valiant Knight, right? All right. So
that was 5.
That was 5.
Number 4.
All right, I'm gonna go with right now Dwarf Legion Builder, the one that came out, the gray one with the horns that come out this way. And another reason why, because you could do so much with him. I got that over here too. You could do so much with him, like the customizing aspect of it. There's so much to be done. I think I got about maybe 20 of those from going forward and everything like that.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Dang.
Torgen Redfin.
Ooh,
who's better than the dwarf with my man goes into battle bare chested, a shield, a sword, and gauntlets on his hands and metal gloves, and he's there what? You know what I mean? With this big old mohawk, he's the man. He's the man. Number 2, Elf Ranger, because that's what kind of bring me into the line.
Okay.
And number 1, I'm gonna have to go with my man Helmir.
Oh.
And the reason when I first got him, I got him because he reminded me of when I got the Elf Ranger, of course, Legolas and Helmir. I got him because he looked like who? I can't even think of the name now. But
Gimli.
It starts with a G.
Gimli.
That is right, you son of a biscuit.
So yeah, I got him.
Looks like Gimli, the damn he does.
I am knighted once again. I shall move forth and I shall conquer many lands in the name of mythos. And for hereforth we shall bring forth the Yeah, all that stuff. But yeah, and then I got to give honorable mentions to Figure Obscura, Monkey King.
We love honorable mentions.
Beautiful figure, and then the new Anubis figure. Oh my god, that whole set is amazing.
Yeah.
What they did with that, it was like wow. You know, it's something right out of mythology, and me and my son are big on that. Like right out of like that whole aspect of mythology came to life. You know, and I'm looking forward to see what else they bring forth from the Egyptian gods and goddesses or their spirits, or you know how they really perceive it. You know, I think it's a beautiful thing, and it goes back with the Anubis, especially. It goes back to something that we believe in, and with our culture, we believe in a deity called Opiel Gobiram, which we call him a dog spirit, which transfers life. He helps our afterlife go forth into the great beyond, what they call heaven, or what we call Soraya. So that whole Anubis figure for me was chef's kiss.
Yes. So it means something that more than
Yeah.
just an action figure. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I showed it to my chief, and my chief was like, "Oh," he went crazy when he seen it. He was like, he actually wanted that, and he wanted my Conan too. But I was like, "Yo,
Hold up, chief."
Yeah, you know, I was like, "I love you, man," you know, and but man, they mine.
Yeah, back up, chief.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
Get your own, player.
yeah, but I'm actually gonna get him. He doesn't know, but I'm getting him Anubis for
There you go.
You know what I mean, as a gift when I go down there again.
Sweet.
Yeah. Well, it's not like he's not gonna love it, you know.
Yeah, he'll love it, man. I know
So
exactly where he'll put it too, you know.
I mean, even the stuff, because I had it in my packaging, and then when I pulled it out to display at StatueCon, obviously everybody loved him. But just the stuff it comes with, you know, and it's not like, it's just like authentic stuff. It's not like, it's just a little something that
Yeah, it's real, like actual, like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? All those little props and accessories and stuff that, like, you know what I mean? That it's amazing, man. I would love for them to delve into our culture to see what, like, the stuff that they could produce from that. You know what I mean? Because I try, like, you know what I mean? My wife and stuff like that, they try, like, you know, to produce maybe a 1/12 scale of things from our culture to try to, like, you know, put it hand in hand, because there's a figure that I'm working on to give respect to my ancestors. But, like, it's not going to be anything compared to what Four Horsemen can do, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. So G, you got through the good figures. I know it's like an oxymoron type question, but what are your 3 least favorite Mythic Legion figures?
Okiotis, Mephodor, and I thought about this one for a long time.
Hold on, Okiotos. So
yeah, that's the one with the 6 arms, like, you know,
Web Store. Mode 2 tribute. Okay.
Yeah, and Mephodor, for the simple fact, like, I'm gonna say him, even though I love the sculpt of the and Jesse, like, I love the sculpt of the fuzz monks and everything like that, but that figure in the armor, it really doesn't do it for me. I actually have mines with one of Mark Harseal's goblin heads on it with the cap and everything like that. That was like that they first introduced as Mark. I have mines with that because I think it fits it perfectly with the whole dress and everything like that. And Okiotis, I just can't get behind that figure. My son has it. My son loves it because it's a He-Man tribute, and my son loves He-Man. And it's funny, a 15-year-old, and he loves the classic He-Man, man. That's
great.
Tears in my eyes and everything, you know. Hold on.
He has the power.
and as a third, I was thinking about like a third one. And the only one that'll come to mind, and mind you, when I say least favorite, is not because I think that all legions are beautiful.
Sure. Yes.
And the reason why I think because they could be used for so many other things. Whether if you like a figure or if you don't like that figure, what you could do is you could take it and change it up. That's something that I love about legions. There was people complaining about one of the Steel Knights, and for me, the Steel Knights were good because I used them as elves. You know. Like I used those figures, but the steel, I think it was the other Steel Knight, the female one that I never really got into, and I think that'll have to be number 3 for the simple fact I don't have it. I never did nothing with it, and that's it. Like, but as far as not liking, I like them all, dude. I mean, you give me one or I buy one, like I'm a sucker for 4-H, man. And they had me by my wallet, like literally, you know what I mean? To the point that me and my wife were discussing it, and she told me if I needed a surgery that'll cost me like $100, $450, or you had an opportunity to buy it all in for $450, what would you do? And I told my wife I will get that all in for $450. And you know, she understood, and she looked at me. She was like, "Babe, I completely understand." And I was like, "Thank you," and that's why I love you.
The doctor comes in. Well, we had to cut that arm off, and she's just like, "Man, give me my figures, though." They bring in the figures.
They'll be bringing. Yo, I'm trying to fight her for. I got her years ago in 2018. I got her. I forgot her name. She's she's part of the not Poxes. She's part of the good side of Poxes.
Convocation of Basilia.
Yes.
It's a figure from.
She's the one with the long hair thing.
Hera.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got that for my wife years ago, back in 2018 for Christmas. And I've been trying to get her, and the eyes came cockeyed, right? One eye was painted over here, the eye was painted over here. Ooh. And the brother from Florida, I forgot his name. I can't think of it right now real quick. And he hooked me up. He sent me a fresh one that had the eyes painted perfectly. And I gave it to my wife, and I tried to get it back from my wife. But I'm like, yo, listen, since you're not opening or nothing like that, and it's still on the shelves, let me get it. She wouldn't let me get it. So if you guys are out there, like if you see her, she's going to be with me at Legion's Con. Convince her that I need her back. Thank you.
I think I need to go downstairs in my fodder bin and pull out the blind Delta Gar that I received and show them to the cabal again. I think I need to do that again, because I received a Delta Gar, and I've spoke about it before, no eyes and one eyebrow. So he just had one eyebrow painted, both eyes are pale, and that was it. And when the figure came, it was all foggy. It was cold when I grabbed it. But then when fog went away, and I bought it off, the internet, off eBay or something. And yeah, it was very strange that I didn't see it. I just assumed the eyes were there when I bought it. It was a good deal.
Yeah, it's hard.
And I was real new to I was real new.
Yes, too.
To the cabal, and I put a post up saying, "Hey, look what happened! I got," and I wasn't even asking for a new head. And Dennis Derby's like, "I got one. I'll send it to you."
Dennis is
I'm
the
like,
man.
I'll buy it.
Lives.
And he's like, "No, I'll send it to you. Give me your address." And that was like my first experience of Dennis Derby, and he's been nothing but an inspiration to this community.
He's a good dude, man.
I've been here.
Yeah, he is.
Dan, speaking of Delta Guard, man, I had 2 of those figures. I look back sometimes at my old posts from the Cabal, and I always go into in 2018 when I did all that, like that huge selling, and I looked at it. I had 2 Delta Guards that I sold for retail. and if I was to ever try to get that figure, I looked it up when I got back into Legions. I looked up all the figures that I sold, and I was just like, yeah, not gonna get that one, not gonna get that one. I'm not gonna be able to get that one. No way in the world am I getting that one. I'm not gonna get that one. So I just started going for like things that I could get, and then like just move on to the newer figures.
That's great. I'll hold on. If the Horsemen would make a tribute figure in your honor using existing parts, what would it look like?
A dwarf, and instead of like a full bearded dwarf, I would like look for something like, maybe with like just a little stubble, or like that. I usually just grow this part out. You know what I mean? Something like that, or something akin to something like this, which Anthony Hasil helped me put together. Oh, wait, I don't even know where. All right, there we go.
Yeah, it's Goofy Foot. It's Goofy. Yeah, I like
painted that head for me. Because that's the head that I said that I was trying to paint, and I couldn't get it for everything. One eye was over here, and then the other eye looked like it was over here. It looked like one of my cousins. So like I gave up.
What?
Thank you for catching that, Jess.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on. Wait.
I was like, wait, I thought you said, did you show it to a cousin? Or wait, no, he said it looked like one of his cousins.
Yeah, it looks like one of my cousins. And But Anthony surprised me with this. I had ordered something from him, and he was like, "Yo, I got you." He was like, "Let me know when you get the package and you open it." And the head that I was trying to paint, he actually did it the way I was envisioning. So I would like something like that. Not with a full armor, like maybe with like the whole paladin thing, like you know what I mean. The fur boots that come with Brodar, you know what I mean. No titty pauldrons, but like you know what I'm saying. Maybe a little bit of stuff like that, like you know what I mean. Cloth, like I wouldn't want a full armor type of thing. I would want like like a ranger type dwarf, with a hood, like that you could put on him or something like that. I think that would be dope. And then of course, business in the front, party in the back, baby.
Yeah, that's right, boy.
I read somewhere that with the economy the way it is, the mullet is now also business.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is.
At work, it was funny. I'm gonna tell you guys a funny story. At work, they was like, "Oh, why your hair cut like that? You got the mullet still and everything." And I had to explain to people, and I'll take this opportunity, like, when I did this haircut, I did it like in a way to honor my ancestors and everything. And like, I'm not saying like don't joke on it because of that or nothing like that, because I'll joke on it. I'll joke back with you. You know what I'm saying about the whole thing and the issue like that. But yeah, the reason why we got this cut was to honor our Taino ancestors from Puerto Rico, who were the indigenous people there before Columbus came. So basically what they used to do was they used to cut their hair like this in the front. That way, when they went into war, it wouldn't be a whole thing in the issue, of getting in their face and nothing like that. And it'll just be that. And then the back, they used to tie it in feathers and everything. And it's something I want to share with the Cabal community anyway, because I know a lot of people see my name up in there. Guaisaguey, what's that? What kind of name is that? And it means mask of the sun. And it's a Taino name from the island of Puerto Rico. And I honor my ancestors from the island of Puerto Rico with that. And
that's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's
and
awesome.
I'm also into mythic legions as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously they had Gothatropolis, the Quetzalcoatl.
That's a beautiful figure, man.
The Israel Ramirez tribute.
He's the one that actually.
I know it's not technically mythics, but I would say it is. And
yeah, it's up there. Es did it first. I mean, he was the first one to get a.
Yeah.
Es did it first.
I mean, I guess Is Ramirez that bird is a god, I guess. So is always says he's a god. So we'll let him be his god.
Yeah, I love that. The
figure
is a beautiful thing too, man. And I love what they're doing with that whole line. I've seen so many Aztec and Mayan customs coming out from that is a beautiful thing. And that's what kind of inspired me to kind of like do I seen Ishmael, he was like saying, "Oh, if you want to use the He-Man figure, the Savage He-Man." And I went out and where's he at? Somewhere around there. I went out and I got me one and I repainted the body so far, but it's one that I want to dedicate to my ancestors as well. I'm gonna remove the fur, put cotton instead, and work from there, just to try to go into that route. But it's just taking a little bit longer because like in my head I see it, but I just don't know how to put it onto the figure yet,
Yeah, it'll come.
Yeah.
Have you been a guest on Latin Legions yet?
Not yet, but I think I'll be up in there next. Because we've been talking. Ed's a good friend of mine.
Okay,
Ed's actually
I can call Ed.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Ed go back.
Ed actually is like 20 minutes away from me, and he came to our house. Cool. We had like him and William actually came to my house, and we did a barbecue, like a last minute barbecue, and they was up in here vibing with the family and everything. And Ed and William were there talking to my father-in-law, and he was boring him with his stories, and instead. Great. But yeah, my daughter looked at William, and when William came, and she was like, looked at him and looked at Ed, and my daughter is 8, and she goes, "What are you guys doing here? Who told you could come?" And I was like, "Oh my god."
That's hilarious. All right, so one of the final questions, and I may know the answer to this, is Mike, tune in. Which figure is your favorite? Broder of Bjorngar or Amir Caspar, Caspular the Crypt Breaker 2? You gotta pick one. And it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt me or Mike's feelings, whichever one you pick.
All right. Well, Mike, I hope you're watching. because if I had to pick one, like that Mike, that tribute they did for you, like I'm not a skeleton guy at all. That's more my son. The only skeleton guy I have, I believe, is Walter, and that's because it's Walter. I have him there with the Cabal shirt, and he had the flask, and he's there like this, and he's like with the skeleton mouth open, like that taken. And I had to get that one. I think that's the only one that I have up there. Besides Skullman, I also got Skullman up there too as well from the Zolocon, because that's a beautiful figure, the whole figure. But I'm gonna have to go with Brodar. You know, and the reason, I'm gonna give a bunch of reasons. It's a Viking dude. You know, kick ass.
First Viking.
You know what I'm saying? The first Viking, and then he got the fur boots that when I first got into Mythics,
everybody was looking at
and he got the apple bottom jeans. Sorry, guys. Sorry. You can't put me on these shows, guys.
Sorry. Go ahead. Broder's so awesome. Why?
And like he got the fur boots. I mean, I ordered a bunch of them. The pre-order, I think on 4 Horsemen, I did 2 Broders and 1 Scapular, but and then like with BBTS and everybody, I try to spread the love afterwards. I got a couple of more Broders and a couple of more Scapulars. Yeah. Scapular is dope too.
No,
I mean, like that whole mask reminds me of that episode from Game of Thrones. Remember when they was all in that arena and everybody started putting on those metal masks and then just going after Daenerys? I found that scary. I found that one of the most scariest episodes ever. Really? And it had to do with that whole, like, you know, because you don't know who they were. That's what it kind of reminds me of. And I love that, like, whole aspect that, you know, you have this mask that's covering you, it's made out of metal. But I got to go to Brodar. Got the fur boots. The boots with the fur. The whole fur. But
Mike might be salty a little bit. He says Broder's milk has a metallic taste to it.
But it is milk. And it is milk that's metallic. And you know what I'm saying? You can't get that from Scapular because Scapular is all bones. You know what I mean? And like he lacked Broder's milk, Mike. And I'm sorry.
But milk makes strong bones.
It does. So that way, that's where them two connect, Jesse.
Yeah.
That's where Legion's Lair comes and connects, because you have titty pauldron milk and you have bones. And
so instead of mother's
bones,
milk,
they come together. And if you notice, Amir Kaspar has the whole robe where he's filled out. That's where you see the culmination of everything being brought together into one and within Amir Kaspar. So I'm gonna have to go with Brodar. Brodar is better. I like that tribute figure better. I'm sorry.
That's why they call it Kelsey Yum.
Calcium.
Oh, Mike. Oh, Mike, no.
I love you, though, Mike. I love you. And I did get a few more of those figures just to display.
Yeah. Yes. No, Mike. With Mike's figure, it's a little bit more money. It's a deluxe figure, but you have to get 2 of Mike, because if you want to display one of one of Amir, because technically it's like his alter ego, so they're kind of 2 different people a little bit.
I actually been debating getting an original one too as well.
I would. He is a beautiful figure. I still don't know. I just don't know how Mike blows that blow dart without any lungs, but skeletons can do many cool things.
I got a theory. My theory is that basically, even though he's all bones and everything like this, within the robe, right? Inside the bones is the stuff that's still functioning, right? Even though there's no meat on top, but inside the bones, things are still functioning. And if you was to remove his bones, you'll see, like, you know, his heart going. You'll see his lungs going. You know what I'm saying? You'll see his intestines going. Right? You'll see his bladder going like this.
Moving around in there.
Yeah,
like
just all that hollow stuff is moving around. So, like, you know what I'm saying? He's able to you know, blow.
Oh my God. G says that phone must be on the floor.
Yes.
G's funny. G's a funny guy.
I love Greg. Not that much, but I love him. Milktalica.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
Jesse.
Milktalica.
Ride the lactose.
You're right. You know what? I mean, I could send that picture of me to. I'm drawing a blank from My Wife's Gonna Kill Me podcast support group.
Francisco?
Yes, I'm sure if I sent him my picture that he could just really create some crazy milk funny things with my pauldrons. I'm sure when my figure comes out, that's when he'll do it.
I just had another one, but I'm not saying it on the show.
No, say it, Jesse, please.
No.
Save it,
Jesse,
yes,
please.
save it for My Wife's Gonna Kill Me podcast comment support group when that comes out. What Brad's titty pauldrons milk makes Brad's titty pauldron milk makes Scapular's bones strong. That's what mine says.
Hand in hand, man. You guys work great together. That's proof in the pudding or proof in the milk.
Well, Stoat, I agree with you. I think Caspilar is just badass, and he just blows it. It's just like,
there you go, Stoat. And he's there like that with the functioning stuff.
Brian Almeida did bring to our attention that Mike's backpack got some pauldrons on the back. So
Brian is a dope dude too. Yeah,
Brian is
he's
very
an awesome
talented
artist, man.
Casper is on fire tonight, he says. It's past your bedtime.
Dusty, me too. I feel you.
Oh,
when you get my age, you'll know.
So
heard
with
that one before.
I guess we've answered all the questions, all the important ones. Broder is awesome. And I'm gonna have to. I mean, nobody's gonna want me to sign their Broders, but if they do, I'm gonna have to. I have chicken scratch, so I may have to just. Jeremy Gerard's is small. If you ever get a Jeremy Gerard signature, it's quick. Corn Boys, you usually can read Corn Boys. I understand.
If you want Corn Boy's signature, just talk to Jesse on the DL.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't get too loud. He'll start clanking the chains.
He's gonna be banging. He's gonna be banging. Jesse, my pizza rolls. My pizza rolls, Jesse. Love you, Jesse.
That's great. Well, sir, if you wouldn't be so kind, if you could show us your lair.
Right.
If you have anything to show.
I got a cup. I don't really have much here.
That's fine. I mean,
we had a family room when we first moved into this house, right? I'm gonna tell you something. Hopefully, my wife is not listening, but she's right behind me. I'll wait till she leaves. But yeah, my wife is the best. We were supposed to have this family room. It was supposed to be my man cave, right? But then it went from my man cave to you could put some figures up, and I'll take the other side of the room. So it became that, and then it became the family room. So my man cave got switched to a family room, but I have half of it still because, you know what I mean? I was able to maintain that half, and they took over the other half plus this half. We actually had no TV in here, and I was like, my wife is against TVs being in rooms, and I was like, I want a TV in the family room though. So we got a TV in the family room. You know who watches it now? She does. Oh, she's right there. Sorry. But I'm gonna try to figure out how to turn the camera.
Yes. You can I think there's a setting where you can either switch it. I don't know if you're using a laptop or
I'm using a tablet, iPad thingy. iPad, yeah. All right.
Yeah, because I think there's a way you could flip it around and use the camera from behind if you wanted to use that. That way you can see it while you're
just channel your inner Missy Elliott, drop it down, flip it, and reverse it.
Yes.
I could do dance for you, Jesse, if you want. You want to see it?
I mean,
I'll send it to you.
No.
Check your DMs later, Jess.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop down, flip it, and reverse it.
It's sure damn chirping. I don't have a goat, but I have a bird here.
Okay. I have a goat.
Oh, hey!
Where did I go?
Oh my God, it's the goat. A effing goat.
I think I messed up.
I forgot. I did forget to share. Warren bought me this. This is like my new mascot. So he's like
That's
a little
fantastic.
It
reminds me of the was it the 1986 Olympics mascot?
Hey, I like
They had
it.
the little vinyl figurines at McDonald's.
Oh yes, yes.
Uh-oh.
All right. It says device not. He must have disconnected himself. They will need to connect their mic. Or he's coming back. He's coming back.
Okay.
If I remember, it's funny. I don't know how to do this. I've been on some other shows, and then I had to do this. And if I remember correctly, I had to click on a couple little things to switch that around. I was laughing at Jesse's.
Huh?
It's an inside joke. It's an inside joke.
Hold on.
Go back to the comments.
All right, I'm just gonna go backwards on it.
It's fine. Hey, you do. Hey, either way, we're gonna love it.
Cause y'all still see me or no?
Yeah, we'll tell you if we don't. I'm gonna blow you up so you're big, and hopefully you can still hear us.
All right, we'll go from up here.
Haha.
Oh, I'm big now, Mom.
There you go.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's my bad guy shelf.
You said you didn't have a lot. You got that's quite a few just on that
That's
shelf.
what happens. Like after it's not my fault.
What?
Ooh.
This is my adjacent shelf.
Or actually, your wife's in the room, right? Though that's nothing. That's just a couple.
No, she left already. It's okay.
God, you barely have any.
Man, I have so many more than you.
Yeah, I have so many more.
Oh, I'm gonna show you her stuff too in a little bit.
Man, that's cool. Hell yeah, I like that little shelf there.
And then I got a.
Whoa.
All right, yeah, the Joes and the Valiverse right here. This is what I have left. Everything else, I'm like I've been getting rid of little by little.
This is what I have left.
The Joes are the 6-inch Joes and the Valorous are pretty cool. I will say.
I like the Valiverse because you could like customize them, kind of like Mythic Legions. You could pop and swap a lot of stuff on them.
I actually like their joints. I've noticed that they're a little tighter.
Way tighter.
Way tight, and I actually like that. I some people were complaining about it that you needed to heat them up, but
you got to heat up everything.
Don't you have to heat up all the joints to make them work right?
Yeah. You got to heat up
the
everything.
classifieds. Sometimes those come out and they're kind of just Pinocchioed. Sometimes they're little.
Greg got that joke.
Oh yeah, Big Greg. I knew it. Called it the hit department.
I got the unknown one right there from brother Jordan. Jordan hooked me up with that as a gift. Started joking around. I was like, I don't got it. My son does, and he was like, yeah, you do. And the next thing you know, and I got a mail package from Jordan. Thank you, Jordan. I love you. These are the nights I had to get Magnus after. I forgot who the brother was in the Cabal, but he always compares Magnus to Chuck Norris. And after reading all of that, I was like, yo, I need a Magnus.
Well, don't tell. I always said that. I used to say he looked like Chuck Norris, and then Israel Ramirez is like, he doesn't look like Chuck Norris. I freaking hate Chuck Norris. And I was
Chuck Norris is dope.
That's what I said. I'm like, dude, Walker, Texas Rangers about the roundhouse kick you is.
What the movie was amazing. Walker of Texas Ranger. Was it Walker Texas Ranger? I forgot the name of it. But John Wolfe McQuaid.
Stote, Jesse Stote says this goat loves that goat.
Oh, all right. And bear with me if you hear a cracking sound. That's my knees.
Oh, okay. All right. You're 50. You're allowed to crack.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, my knees. And then I got chairs all around here because the kids they like to sell me their extra stuff. And then I got I love this set so much.
Yeah, that was a pretty spot on his voice.
Yeah, I don't think it was, but it was. It's just what I threw out there for the time being. That looks like a sick ass Immortal Collection shield.
And that I got that from you guys as a giveaway.
I figured that looked like that was the one.
That was amazing, and I had to give it to this dude right here that I did. I was like a pop and swap idea I got from an Instagram post. They did like some kind of t-shirts they were trying to sell. You know how when you like one thing, they give you everything else. That's the only cosmics I have. Could you guys see? Or
oh yeah,
we
can see. You're doing good, dude.
All right. Okay, lower now.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Jesse, I'm going low, 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 low. I don't have apple bottom jeans, so I got like Gap shorts.
See the Hagnon there.
Oh, I see some lightsabers in there.
Oh yeah, those are my Disney lightsabers. I have the Republic Guard, the Jedi Guard. I got Darth Sidious that doesn't work no more because the electronics broke. And then I have a Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi.
Are those the cases that they come in?
Yeah, these things are amazing. Hold on.
I don't own one. I've never seen. So those cases.
Oh, they're so amazing. And I got, when we went to Disney a couple of years ago, I wound up because my wife missed the opportunity for us to get into the Build-A-Saber, so I was mad. So I bought 2 of them, and she was like, "Why'd you buy 2?" Right, just like that. She sounded just like that. She was like, "Why'd you buy 2 of them?" And I was like, "Well, because you missed the opportunity for me to get the build one." So sorry, yeah, but yeah, these things are gorgeous,
dude. Holy Moses.
Jesse, I'll bring it with me to the toy show to check you out and to show it to you and everything like that. But I got to connect it, put the batteries in and everything like that. And
did you just threaten me? What just happened here?
No. I said I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Jesse, I'm going to show you it.
I'm going to show it to you as I turn it on.
Yeah.
Right in your stomach. Pushed you off of a electronic ramp into the pit.
And then I'm going to be like, and then I just want you to say to me one thing, Jesse, when I'm showing you that one, I'm going to be like, are you the Senate, something about the Senate. And then I'll tell you, Jesse, you fool, I am the Senate. And then I'll be like, This is my dwarfs.
It's so powerful. Why must you leave?
Those were great.
Powerful? Yes. That was pretty good. Who did that, Brad? That was you?
Yes.
Wow.
The dark it is. I'll bring my Qui-Gon saber. Schmerber. Yeah, baby.
Oh, Schmerber, we gonna battle. We could do like lightsaber like tutorials, and we could do like spins and everything. I know how to do the Anakin spin because I was part of a Jedi group that like cosplayed. My wife called me a LARPer at that time, but I told her I was not LARPing. I was Jedi. I was not. She's like, you were. Here, you heard her, right? She's like, yes, you were.
That's a cool display. That's a really cool display.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Now we're gonna go into all right, this is my all right, I got my Mandalorian helmet back there. That's a TV that my wife didn't want, but now she watches all the time. Ancient Aliens and all those shows right there. That's my little bar right there. I keep the stuff hidden.
Is that a drop bear?
Is that a what?
A drop bear?
It's a koala. With
there you go.
Bear. And then they got like, that's I'm trying here, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. My wife's outside with the chickens right now.
Yeah.
And what do you mean don't show your stuff? It's too late, yo. You signed a waiver. My daughter's saying not to show her stuff, and I told her she signed a waiver.
Signed a waiver.
And that's my wife's shelf right there. She got more stuff in the attic. If my wife ever tells you guys that she doesn't collect, she's lying. That's her stuff, and the rest of her stuff is in the attic because she hasn't really done what she wanted to do with her shelf. Now this.
Oh yeah, I see some plunder.
Yeah, we got a couple of those from my man Duarte Studios.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, from Brian, we got a couple of, most of those plumbing links are from him. He hooked us up when he found out that she was into that stuff. This is a great dude, man. And this is my daughter's stuff right there. Like, if you like scared of dolls, which I am, it's like a fucking nightmare here. And this is my nightmare. Like all this. And look at this, man. Look at this.
He's like, I'm scared of dolls.
Because it's my mother's fault. When I was like young, my mother used to chase me around the house when I was like 4 or 5. She used to chase me around the house with the dolls, those old fashioned 1970 dolls where the eyes like open by themselves and everything.
No, thank you.
And all right. And that's like the room that like was once supposed to be mine. That's now not mine anymore. And it has to belong to everybody else because, you know. And yeah. All right. I'm going to try to figure this back out again. Give me like 2 seconds. Oh, wait. Hold up. And I don't know. Could you guys see that dial?
Yeah.
Oh,
all right. Cool. That's from Brian right there.
Oh, yeah. Where you went to
ZoloCon.
Yeah, he was there, and I seen that post where you bought that.
Yeah, this thing is huge, man. And then I got my man Glumpy right there. Rest in peace, Glumpy, man. You know what I'm saying? Pour one out for Glumpy. And then I got my werewolf, one of my favorite creatures, and that goes back to werewolves are like one of my favorite creatures from the late 80s to early 90s when Fox TV first started. And they did like this whole werewolf thing. I don't know if you guys ever seen it. It's definitely a good watch. All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
Hey.
Look, hey.
Sorry.
Yeah, that Dio is epic.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I just don't know how to flip this camera.
Yeah, like I said, there's 3 little. You have to hit something and then flip it. There's 3 little buttons I remember that you have to do.
Yeah, Mamita, you signed the waiver. Sorry. She signed it.
Was beautiful. I would tell her we saw her stuff and it was awesome.
Everybody said it was beautiful, Mama.
We love them.
She's mad.
See, when I was a kid, the dolls that had the eyes that were closed when you put the doll down and then you raised them up and the eyes open, those dolls freaked the hell out of me when I was a kid. I was screaming.
My mother used to take them and chase me because my grandmother had an old-fashioned one that was like porcelain. And
yes, that's what it was. It was a porcelain doll.
And it was like so scary because they had the lace little dolly like clothes on it. And my mother used to chase me around the house with this. And till this day, as an adult, I have nightmares with dolls coming to life, and I blame my mother. And when I mention it to my mother, you know, she tells me, "Oh, shut up." She goes,
"Well, my brother, you know, he would have the doll, you know, and then he'd come up and be like, 'Hey, Brad, look at her,' and then like, you know, he's like creeping up, and like all of a sudden they would just ping, the eyes just start going. Like, yeah, dude.
And then when they start talking and they don't have batteries in them, neither.
Dude, they could have made an Annabelle movie and had that porcelain doll, and it was a real pretty doll, and I'd be like, no.
Yeah, any doll, and like, you know what I mean. I watch those movies and I have nightmares, like. And I blame my mother, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm traumatized because of my mom. And I tell her that all the time when I go see her now. I'm like, Mom, thank you. Because of you, I'm traumatized. And she just tells me, "Oh, shut up." Like that. I love my mom.
I'm not a fan of dolls.
Yes, dolls were... see, those dolls, those are okay. I could handle your daughter's doll. Those are fine. I could be okay with those... But yeah, if you put a clown, if you had a clown from like Poltergeist in with those dolls, and I walked in,
come on,
I might be like, "Oh, bro, why'd you have to have him with those dolls, bro?"
No,
those dolls by themselves are fine. I can
burn some sage, man. I'm burning some right now, buddy.
Dusty, you shut your whore mouth. Teddy Ruxpin was not a creepy.
Teddy Ruxpin was, man. Dude, I would not allow that because I'll be scared that, like, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, he'll be like, you know, let me tell you a good story. First, there was a creepy kid that liked to kill people. And then next thing you know, you go check the batteries. There's no batteries in the back. There's no tape in his deck. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no. And the funny thing, I love watching Chucky because of that, because I think it's funny. But then I think about it, and I'm like, no.
Yes, Chucky is funny.
Yeah, he is.
Teddy Ruxpin has a sweet spot in my heart. I don't know why. And then my brother, who's 5 years older than me, put Guns N' Roses cassette in the back. And he was like trying to keep up. He's like, you're the jungle, baby. And he was trying so hard. And at one point, some of the words were matching. And I was like, Teddy trying.
But did he move when he would? But when he sang "Sweet Child of Mine," was he? Oh, sweet child of mine.
Lauren, I do have him in the closet back here. I got lucked out because I found him like mint in a box with books and cassettes still sealed.
Wow.
For like $50. And I'm nobody's ever pulled this damn Teddy Ruxpin out of the freaking. And
Wow.
Lauren makes fun of me because when I was a kid, I called him Teddy Rubskin or something.
Teddy Foreskins.
Rubskin. I said it to her one day, and she goes, "What the fuck did you call him?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I think I called him as a kid, Teddy Rubskin." It's just, and she's like, "What the fuck, Teddy Rubskin?" And I'm like, "Well, what the hell's his real name?" And it's like, "It's Ruxpin." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I've been saying it wrong for 20, 30 years. Sorry."
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh yeah, there he is. Rubskin.
Rubskin.
Teddy rub them skins. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Oh goodness.
So let's see here. Well, if there's anyone in the comment section or anyone that's still here that wants to put some questions in the comment section,
hit that like button.
Oh yeah, hit the like and subscribe. And while we're getting those questions, we have another guest over here. It's Calazir, and he needs all your subscriptions.
Oh, rub that lamp.
Oh. Me and Mike we are accumulating a large giveaway. We have dozens of cosmic and mythic figures that we are going to give away once we reach these certain tiers in the subscription worlds. But yes, Calazir needs a new bike. He's tired of flying around and he needs something. So he needs your boat. You need your boats, people. Come on in. Like and subscribe.
Just give him a magic carpet.
Yes, he needs a little magic carpet. He's literally just hovering on his bum here.
Oh.
Hovering here.
He didn't wipe good enough.
Yeah, he didn't. It was like if you watch the episode where Mike said he dropped the figure hand in the toilet. I don't know if anyone watched that episode. But,
I did.
Yeah, Mike told a story where he had to go number 2, and he decided to take was it Bassett into the toilet. And he said, "I'm going to open this figure." And he goes, "When I popped out one of the hands, it went up in the air and said, boop." And I said, "Mike, I'm so well endowed down in that area that when I sit down, there's no space in between my legs. So I don't know about Mike. There must be some space in between there where they could go down in there. Then you gotta think, scapular is bones. He's just skin and bones down there. Broder, big
Like
thick thighs. Broder, strong." But yeah,
Brad, you deserve to be knighted.
Yeah, Jesse's like, "I'm out."
I don't know. I just
Yeah. Hey, we're on YouTube now. I guess we can be
kiss of the old kiss of Poseidon.
Purple gang clip.
Teddy rub one out.
Teddy rub one out.
I can see Teddy. Butterflies in the sky. Teddy rubs one out.
What is happening?
Take a look. It's in Teddy's book. Oh, I gotta stop. Boy, I had way too much pop. So let me go back. Do we have any questions? Questions, people. G needs some questions. I will start out with the question for G. Tell me, G, what do you expect for G-Con this year?
Oh,
because you will probably be there. So what do you think you might see there at G-Con this year?
a dragon. No,
Okay.
I'm just everybody says dragon, and I just like feed into the whole thing and everything like that. And I think I feed into it because I think it's funny. Whether we get a dragon or not, hey man, I'm there for it. If we do, I'm there for it. If we don't, but I just like to throw it out there because, like, you know what I mean. Everybody's like, "Oh, dragon, dragon." So I feed into it, man. I think it's funny. I think it's amusing. But if we get it, hey, I'm there for it. If we don't, I'm there for it as well. Whether we get a big, huge dragon, I'm there for it. Whether we get a tiny little dragon, I'm there for it too. For G-Con, I don't go into things with expectations because it's just like when I watch a movie coming out. A lot of people do that, like, you know, oh, they put high expectations for something, and then the little smallest thing lets them down. So I try not to go into expectations with anything in life, man. And that's just me. I try to look at it, man. Whatever we get, we get. Roll with the punches. I don't put too much thought into it. I'm there for it. I'm there for the excitement. I'm there for the camaraderie. I'm there for everybody else getting excited. If I don't get something I wanted, and Jesse or you, Brad, or Mike or Lauren or anybody else out there, the guys in Purple Gang, Curtis or Greg, they get something they wanted, shit, I'm right there for you. And I'm like, hell yeah, yeah. And I'm there excited for you. So I don't really go into it with expectations. Would I would like to see a dragon? Yes. Would I would like to see some halflings? Hell yeah. Some more figures with boots with the fur? Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Apple bottom jeans? Poof. Now you up my alley there, buddy. You know what I'm talking about right there. But no. For real, like,
dude,
you know,
when I see you at G-Con, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. Apple bottom jeans.
And then I was gonna do it again, but it might get clipped. No, I'm there. Expectations for that, man. Like some awesome like storylines and figures, man. I want to see a book. Something that like something tangible that I could read and put all together would be dope. But like I said, man, anything that the masses will be excited about. And I'm not saying that like as a follower type of person, because I'm not a bandwagon type of person. I'm not. What I am is a person that's happy for everybody else, dude. And that's the way I look at it. And that's me. That's me wearing my heart on my sleeves, man. Whatever comes out there, dude, man, I'm happy for it. I'm there for it for the simple fact the toy line is great. The people are even greater, man. And I'm there.
Curb says, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, the
Chupacabras.
Chupacabras?
Yeah,
were first spotted in Puerto Rico in '96. Where do you think they were before that, he says?
Simple, Bermuda Triangle, buddy.
Whoa. Okay.
Right outside. Now, I don't know, but the whole thing with the Chupacabra, to be funny about it, like that was like a whole like an urban legend type of thing that happened. Just like over here we have the skunk, like in the States, you got skunk monkey, Jersey devil, all that stuff like that. But they was actually finding fucking cows in Puerto Rico with the blood sucked out of them, man. And I know quite a few people, man, personally, that found that on their property, man. And I know quite a few people personally that said they seen some outlandish shit on the island. And when you think about it on the island, man, it's like a I'm not for the conspiracies and nothing like that, but on the island, you could actually even William and Noble Bear that are out there right now, they'll tell you, man, there's like a lot of stuff that goes on like in the mountains and stuff like that, that people like holy shit, like, you know, urban stuff that you hear about. And then think about it. They got the world's biggest fucking what's that thing called? The satellite dish. Sitting smack dab in the middle of El Yunque, by El Yunque in a fucking forest, man. Why do they have that there on the island? Yeah. And Puerto Rico is situated as a Caribbean island. If you look at the Caribbean, Puerto Rico is right there in the middle of the Caribbean. The reason why the United States still own Puerto Rico, and I don't want to get political, nothing like that, but it's because Puerto Rico is like in the middle of everything else coming forth. When the Spanish first tried to take control, they took control of Puerto Rico because from there you could navigate into the rest of the world, the territories of the Americas from Puerto Rico. And the way the oceans connect and they push forward, I forgot what that's called, travels into Puerto Rico and goes out of Puerto Rico. So, like, you know what I mean? It's a very a strategic type of place. So to think that the Chupacabra, like, you know what I mean? People seeing signs of that. You have the the radar dish that's there, that's really, really big, that the United States government owns a part of, and all that stuff like that, why they have that property. There's a lot of extraterrestrial and abnormal shit going on the island, guys, that we don't know about. And if you, like, listen to the people out there, they'll tell you. So yeah, Chupacabra probably came from the Bermuda Triangle somewhere else.
Yeah, the Bermuda Triangle ain't nothing to mess with. Brad, did you tell them about our guest?
Sorry.
Oh, Jackie and Chris Durant and Stoat will possibly, hopefully, be at my house this weekend. We're all going to go do something. So we'll have a little cabal meeting here in the lair. They'll get to enjoy it, and we'll hang out and do some stuff. But yes, that will be happening. I'm sure Jackie will be taking pictures and posting as well as me. This is for Jesse. Curtis Ackerman. My question is, did Jesse change his conditioner? If not, how did he get all that new bounce in his hair?
Let me know,
Curtis, I'm going to tell you the same. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told you 2 weeks ago when I got my haircut. I got a haircut. That's it. I cut like a foot of hair off.
It looks good though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's less pulling down. So it bounces.
I mean, it's the first haircut I've had in 6 years.
Wow.
And
he also says, "Can G say my name with the rolling R?"
I got you right now. Curtis. Curtis.
Oh, you could do Brad too. Brad.
And Jeffrey.
Bradley. Brother.
Brad.
Preach.
Preach. Oh, I'm sorry. That was totally different.
Oh, hey, I dated quite a few bloodsuckers.
Joe, I'm right there with you, bro. How you doing?
Chris, what's up? Curtis. Yes, what a crew. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, Jackie. Oh, Stoat, yes, the flag. Well, yeah, over the, there.
What are the 5 words? Get off of my porch?
No, Jesse, you know the 5 words, Jesse. Say it.
5 words?
By the power of Grayskull?
Yeah, I mean.
No. Yeah. That's 6 because Grayskull is actually 2 words.
No.
Jesse looking like Jon Snow in the Night Watch. Okay, Schmerber.
Grayskull's 1 word.
Jesse's living that alpha. Okay, so I'll ask you this.
Yeah, don't ask me questions. Ask G questions.
Yeah, let me ask G this.
What's your favorite movie and pizza topping?
Yes, Jesse.
Sorry. I get to say it out loud.
I love it. Yes.
My favorite pizza topping. As a New Yorker, I grew up in New York, Lower East Side, Manhattan. You know what I mean? We had Little Italy right there. You know what I mean? All the great pizza shops, best pizza in the whole wide world. Greg, I'm talking to you. New York is better than Jersey, buddy. You know it. I'm sorry. And it's the Brooklyn pizza was the best. My favorite pizza topping of all time. And I'm going to get a lot of slack from a lot of pizza lovers, but I love fucking pineapple and bacon, man.
Yeah, Greg don't like that pineapple, I don't think.
Oh, my God. It's so good. Sweet and salty. Oh.
Bacon. I've not had pineapple with bacon. I'll have to try that.
It is good.
It's so good.
I like the little pineapple chunks. Like I've gone to places and they put the pineapple rings.
Oh no, not rings. It's got to be like tiny little chunks with bacon crumbles right on top. Chunks. Yes. Oh my God, I love it. My wife hates me for it. My wife says I'm not a real New Yorker because of that, and we fight. And you know what I'm saying? Like I always want pineapple on our pizza. And when we order pizza, I'm like, yo, we getting pineapple on our pizza. And we don't get pineapple on our pizza, but
I'll get a pineapple pizza with you at Legion's Con.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ass full, unfriended.
Hey, if they sell it on pizza in New York,
Yeah,
it's
man.
official.
Yo, dude, you go into any pizza shop. I'm not talking about the 99-cent pizza spots in New York because all they'll give you is a slice of pizza for $1. But you go into any pizza shop in New York, you're gonna have your regular slice and then your gourmet slices right next to it. Your broccoli and chicken, your mushrooms, your pepperoni and sauces, your pepperoni, and then you're gonna have your pineapple and ham and your pineapple and bacon. I don't want to hear it. It's good.
It is good.
And putting broccoli on pizza is just insanity in my opinion.
That's crazy right there. I don't agree with that.
Hey, you want
Like,
this little
who would wanna eat
tree? Here you
vegetables?
go.
Like, who eats that stuff? Not me.
That's the tree for a diorama.
Then I'm planning on having that soon.
In or around your mouth.
With your ham and pineapple to prosciutto and peach. Maybe.
Sounds good.
I would try it. I would try
You
it.
got me with the bacon.
I would try
like,
it too.
I've had
With
ham
soda
and
and
pineapple once, but bacon and pineapple, that
Bacon and
makes
pineapple's
everything
delicious, man.
Now, G, have you had barbecue chicken pizza with pineapple on it?
No, I haven't, but I had barbecue chicken pizza though.
Oh.
The East of Chicago has barbecue chicken pizza with the little pineapples on it.
Yeah,
Dude,
I would try it.
It's
I
worth
think
it.
pineapples is beautiful on pizza.
This lady
I
at work
lost
had
track.
it and it smelled good, but when I walked by, I was so traditional in what I like: pepperoni, just pizza. I always just pepperoni. I'll eat other stuff, but I'm just really traditional when it comes to pizza. So when I seen that's not red sauce and there was like blackish brown barbecue sauce, I was immediately like, "What is that?" Yeah, and I was like grossed out about it. And the lady's like, no, you gotta try it, you gotta try it. And when I did, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
what
man,
is
you
this?
never know. It's good, man.
Yeah, it was something with that barbecue sauce on the, with the cheese and the pineapple. It was good.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna go somewhere and I'm gonna find them to make it. If not, I'm gonna do it at work.
Pineapple pizza canceled. Oh. His 7-year-old just hollered out, pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. Rookie barked in the green.
I mean, that's young enough. They're still brainwashed by their parents at that point.
Oh, at 7, I would have came up and threw a stake in my heart when someone said pineapple on pizza. Yeah.
I would have never ate it neither. Like, but and then the bacon chicken ranch. Bacon chicken ranch is good too.
That's good.
Yes. I've even had barbecue, or not barbecue, hot sauce on the pizza.
Buffalo chicken pizza.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, that's good.
With a side of ranch sauce.
That's so good. I'm sorry. So good.
Mac and cheese pizza.
I'm sorry. I forgot Lauren's question, and I did see it.
Oh, sorry.
She said it twice. Pets. Do you have any pets? And if you do, what are their names?
Okay, here we go. Me personally, I do not. I repeat this a bunch of times. I do not own a pet. My family, on the other hand, we got 2 dogs, Olive and Hazel, Chihuahuas. Ooh. 2 cats that we just acquired yesterday for my son's 15th birthday. One's Bastet that he named, and the other one I named Shit Ass because it was shitting all over the place. Right? Look at them back there right now. Which one is that?
Shitty britches.
That's Bass. And the other one is Shit Ass because she was shitting all over the place.
Lauren,
and then we got a guinea pig, my daughter's guinea pig, right? And then I'm pretty sure we got some insects crawling around that came from outside. You know what I mean? Whatever rodents that we got that, like, buried their way inside of the house in the basement or something. And then my wife just got 4 chickens for Mother's Day. So they got names. I don't remember them. I'm sorry, Lauren, but I refuse because I'm not going to name my food.
I was going to say breakfast, lunch, dinner, and midnight snack.
Well, if you have a rooster, it should be Colonel Domesticus or Cockatrice, one of those names.
Yeah, they're all hens and they all like eggs and stuff. Cool. But we should have eggs by September.
Are they what are they? Rhode Island Reds? What do you got? What kind of chickens are you? I mean, I'm just pulling stuff out my ass here.
They're chickens and they're
just like their eggs.
And they lay eggs. And I know my wife knows. You know what I'm saying?
Are they white eggs or brown eggs?
Well, red.
What? Why they gotta be brown?
Why does it
They're
matter?
purple, actually. They lay blue eggs.
Ooh.
They're a species of chicken. I believe they're a species of chicken called Juanahuates. And
Gotcha.
what
So
they
it's like
are
an
is
exotic type chicken.
I just made that word up, by the way.
Hey, I would have believed you. He's
Me
like,
too.
I'm gonna start rolling all these R's. They're gonna believe me when this goes.
No,
Yeah,
there is a chicken that lays blue eggs, and it's the Americana.
the Americana. There is.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I just
I
looked
was
it up.
gonna
I was
say,
like,
is it-
blue egg chickens. It's a
I was
thing.
gonna
It's a
say,
real
is it
thing.
a blue-footed booby? Do they maybe?
Yeah,
have-
so I
Oh.
had no pets. I have no pets, but my family does, and I don't, like I'm
cool.
all about like I believe pets are good and everything like that. I just me personally don't want the responsibility, and I had like a traumatic experience as a kid owning 2 pets, and I like what I mean, try to separate that from like I don't want to get too
I feel you.
close. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to get too close.
Yeah, I was a kid and had a traumatic experience with
Yeah.
losing an animal, and then we had a dog forever that was the best dog ever, and then we lost it. My son was completely
hurts, man.
fine. Like he was like, just, oh, that's sad, Dad. I'm gonna miss him, and I'm like, I am too, son. I'm just bawling. He's just like, all right, I'm gonna go to my room now, and
That was me at 13.
yeah, I'm just like, oh damn. But yeah, that well, yeah. So but do they leave responsibility to you or
No,
the
no,
family
no,
like,
they're
hey,
actually
don't let
really
that
good.
Dad don't want to do no litter boxes.
Yeah, my
Daddy.
daughter takes care of her guinea pig. The only thing
Okay.
my wife does is help her clean it out, but she feeds her, gives her water and everything like that. Both my boys, they take care of the chihuahuas, and my wife does as well. My wife goes out every night with the chickens and every morning with my daughter, and that's their thing together. And my son just got those kittens yesterday, so he's been like on top of that as well. So they're pretty good with the pets, man. They love it. I love that they love it, man. I deny it and I tell them no, 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 no until they wear me down. And then next thing you know, we got a zoo in my house.
Makes sense. Awesome. Is there any more questions?
Thank you, Lauren. I'm over here reading the comments like this, like.
Well, if not, I mean, I guess that's 2 hours. It might be a show.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Fast.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I can throw in a plug here for our next time. Lauren, hurry up! On July 30th of this month at 7:00, episode 16, the Legion's Lair guest will be none other than Kent Matzinger.
Kent, is this live, Matzinger? Kent
Pool
collects.
collects, yes, Kent Pool collects. So Kent
Kent's
is
here.
actually going to be live. He's going live. So everyone comment. This is going to be live for Kent.
Yeah. I'll be up in there, be like, Kent's here.
That's a good question, Jesse. Who's next on your show?
This week on Shooting the Shelf, Curtis and I are going to be talking to Paul Zach, a fellow collector,
Great guy, man.
customizer. So yeah, we'll be hanging out with him, getting to know him.
That's another great
Sunday
guy
night
right
at 8.
there.
Yeah,
He's awesome, dude. I bumped into a bunch of times at the shows this year.
goes by Wally something on Instagram.
Wally's World, I think.
It's like Wally 3223 or something like that.
I'll tell you right now.
I'm looking it up right. Wally 22974.
Okay. And then Jesse, you also have a Mythic Minute.
Yeah, I'll figure that out at like lunchtime on Thursday.
Okay, I was going to say Thursday.
Thursday at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, yeah.
Yep, Eastern. Yep.
I look forward to those, Jesse.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
Wine time, and I want to thank you guys too. I had a crazy day today at I was talking to brother Jordan earlier, and I had a crazy day over there at work today, and I was like, damn, and he just like took me out that funk really quick. But you guys helped that as well, man. Made me forget all about what's going on over there. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. And I look forward to hugging you, Brad and Mike and Lauren. And Lauren, I hope we see you at Legion's Con this year.
We'd like to get her there one day, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I look forward to giving you guys hugs. Jess, I'll be giving you a hug in September for the Collectors Con. I'll be there.
RetroCon?
RetroCon, yeah.
Yes,
I'll be
sir.
there.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And I'll bother you all day. I'm just gonna hang out with you and ask you
Good
crazy
luck.
questions.
That's not going to bother me.
I'll
okay.
ask you like absurd, crazy questions like, is this for sale? Or how long did it take you to paint this? And I'll wait till you get really busy and I'll be like, excuse me, sir. But thank you though, man. Thank you guys so much, man. And it's always a pleasure. Oh, by the way, let me know, Brad, when you want to do that giveaway. And I got the dwarf, the gold, the copper dwarf. I forgot, I'm drawing
Bronze
blanks
dwarf?
right now.
Bronze
The bronze dwarf builder, the one that just came out on the. But I got one that I'll add to your giveaway that you're doing over there as well.
Okay.
Oh, the
That
cavern
I want,
dwarf.
yeah, the cavern dwarf. Yes, thank you, Jesse.
Actually, before we go, I have a giveaway. Can we do a giveaway real quick?
Yeah.
I actually forgot.
Sure,
There's 23 people watching, so 23 people. I forgot our good friend Kirby Husey, Old Man Kirby from Michigan. He bought a figure and said to give it away on the show, and I almost forgot. So I'm glad that the people still stuck around. Oh yeah, let's do this. So real quick before we go, let me do a giveaway tool, and we can get this out to you. I literally have it in the other room if you want to get it.
Stone said, titty pauldron milk.
If you look in the private chat, you can see the other Metallica song I typed. I'm not going to say it out loud, though.
How do I go to that, Jesse?
On the right side of the screen, you should see a private chat or comments. Oh, if you're on a pad, so it might not show the same.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, why is that not showing? There we go. Oh, because I didn't highlight it. That's why. So we'll do hashtag Kirby. Keep it easy. Kirby Busey. I don't know exactly how to spell his last name, so we'll just do Kirby. Yes, Old Man Kirby is what I call him. He likes when I call him that. Yes, he was very generous. He actually tried to give me and Mike money, and we're like, no, why don't you just buy a figure? We'll give it away. So he's like, perfect idea. Awesome. He didn't want to take any credit for it, but sorry, Curb, you are getting all the credit for this one.
Thank you, Curb.
Did I even say what the figure was? I haven't even said, have I?
Nope.
It is a Calazir. You are getting...
Oh. Get some blue milk off of that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Jesse, what do you mean by that, buddy?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's in the
just don't let Old Man Skywalker near him.
Probably a green box. I think green and bluish box, maybe.
Be like in there milking them.
We got 29 watching, so we got some more people coming in. Yes, thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
Can you turn on the light? I am kind of getting dark in here. It was bright a minute ago. Thank you. So we have a brand new Calazir, still packaged from the show, purchased by Mr. Herb. Great dude. He literally came down, said, I don't need to buy any figures. I literally came down to hang out with you and Mike. And I'm like, whoa.
Oh, awesome, man.
But, of course, me and Mike persuade him to buy some. So he ended up leaving. Well, it was cool. He met up with Chris Johnson, and Chris Johnson wanted we were selling this set of Gods of Egypt together, obviously. Curb wanted, I think, the Basset, and Chris Johnson wanted the Anubis, or maybe the other way around. And they were able to go in on it and split it. And yeah, so Curb's a good dude. Yes, there's Chris there. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I got to meet him at
Muskegon. Yes, yep. I was about to say he was there. Great dude. Really, really is a good dude.
Oh, the Chris and Kirby.
Yes, and actually both Kirby's. It's funny because I know there's Kirby Smith, and usually when you say the name Kirby, people think you're talking about him. But and both Kirby's are great.
Yes.
But tonight is Kirby UC. So how many people we got?
Not the goblin.
I can't see it small. 24.
24.
Come on. How many are watching? 28. All right. Give you a couple seconds. Oh, Chris Johnson. I had no idea that you've known Kirby for over 40 years.
That's awesome, man.
Wow. I did not know that. So that, wow, Kirby is special to your heart. He's special to all of our little hearts.
Wow, 3
right.
years, and I'll be able to say that about me and Sean.
Scavarna?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, you and Sean were walking around Legions Con 21, and me and
I
Mike
had no
were
idea
nobody.
who
Yeah, we had no
anybody
idea.
was.
I just remember seeing your face, and I remember seeing Sean's face. But me and Mike were a little shy. We didn't know who anybody was, so we were just kind of walking around. Nobodies, babies in the community.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know who the horse. Sean's like, look, there's Corn Boy. I'm like, what's a Corn Boy?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I knew who the
Now you have
horsemen
them in your
were
yeah.
as a group, but I didn't know them individually.
Yeah, I'm there with you because that Mike was the one pointing people out and being like, "Oh, there's so and so, and there's so and so," and I'm like, "Oh, wow, cool."
I knew Jeremy DeWitt because we did an off-world with him, like an old off-world with him before I got into Legions.
All right, we're pulling it, doing it.
Do it now.
Yeah, do it now. Drawing. Let's see who's going to win. Get to the chopper.
That's
Hey.
Max 77. Congratulations,
Yes,
bud.
J Mac.
Nice.
You are a winner, sir. We love a J Mac. Which J Mac was at Muskegon as well. Which it's always nice to see you there. I always see him either there or at PowerCon. So J Mac, I don't know if you've won before. I may have your address. I may not. If I do not, go ahead and give me a message. I will ship this out to you, brother. So once again, J Mac winner. Appreciate you. Thanks for everybody watching tonight. Thanks for my guests. Thanks for my special co-host, Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, coming out, making it special for G here.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you.
Yeah, and G, thank you for being G. And I am excited to see you come LegionsCon, brother.
Same here. I'm excited to see you guys as well, man. And thank you for having me on, man. It's been a pleasure and from my heart, man. Thank you so much. And Jesse, I love you. Brad, I love you. Mike out there, I love you too, man. Lauren, we love you guys. And thank you guys so much. Love the Cabal above all. Purple gang, baby.
Well, stay in the green room real quick, and then we'll say goodbye. Everybody else, till next time. Cabal.